Hello everyone, good morning, and welcome to my channel. My name is Alex. I am a queer independent artist in San Antonio, Texas, and this is the day of my life. This vlog is going to be a little bit different. Usually I will make a daily vlog whenever I'm doing really interesting things, when I'm making art or doing a market or something like that. But today is more of an admin day. I spent some time doing some random things I needed to do around the house, and also doing some planning, writing my newsletter, and yeah, kind of reflecting and getting organized. So this video is gonna have some of that energy too. It's a little bit more reflective. I'll kind of explain to you my thought process and what I'm kind of working on in these clips. But if you have something to do, then maybe I could just be your productivity buddy for the next little bit. So now I'm just working on a few kind of random things that I have been meaning to do, like fixing these forks that we accidentally broke somehow, and also weaving in the ends on a little pair of socks. Yeah, now I have this sweater, which I have made for my sister. And I need to block this. Let me kind of show you. So we've got, the body is blocked except for that bottom hem, so it's really squishing in a lot. And then for the sleeves, this is what the blocked sleeve looks like. And this is what the unblocked sleeve looks like. So I need to reblock this whole thing. I need to make sure that this bottom hem will loosen up, because if it stays tight, then Abby's not gonna like I don't think Abby's gonna like how that looks, and I need to potentially redo this bottom hem. So I'm back at my computer. I'm working on just blocking in more what I want my newsletter to say. I use the same format every month. I was doing a monthly newsletter, but honestly I haven't done one, I think, since October. And I'm kind of letting go of the monthly format for this year, because I tell myself I need to do it at the beginning of the month, and then I don't do it, so then I skip a month. And I would rather let it just be whenever it makes sense based on the events and stuff I have coming up, and whenever I feel like it's important. It's not like it's going to end up being every week or something, because I struggle writing the newsletter. It's hard. So it will still be probably once a month or less. Maybe like every 6 weeks or so, but varying. And I think that'll be better. So yes, I'm blocked out my different little sections. It's going to be like a greeting. The first thing is want to look back at 2024 with me, watch this video. The next one is I have work in 2 upcoming shows, an update about my online shop, why it's offline right now, and just that I'm working on it. And then I always have an event schedule at the end, so then I just have my 2 shows in my little calendar thing at the end, and then it just says thanks so much for subscribing. If you want to keep up, it links to my Instagram and my YouTube. And then if people are thinking about, me and they want to go watch my videos, or they want to commission me or something, they can reply to the newsletter and talk to me. Sometimes my mom replies and says, "Good job." And I appreciate that. Set a timer for my sweater to block. It'll probably go off soon because I set a 20-minute timer so that I can then like take that out of the water, scrunch it out, and lay it out to dry. So that's good because then it's like, okay, I have 20 minutes to like do the newsletter. Another thing that I worked on today was making a social media strategy. And what this kind of meant for me was I really detailed out a plan for being more active on social media, being more consistent, and kind of how I'm going to keep that up and the changes that I'm going to make from what I've been doing. I want to really focus the next few months especially on being more active on Instagram because that is where people actually see my content, and on YouTube work on making higher quality videos and working on my consistency. So yeah, just writing all this down I knew was going to help me stick with it. So I spent some time at my computer just making a plan, and then I also ended up packing up and going over to a little like bar cafe by my house in the afternoon so that I could just keep focusing and writing. That helps me a lot, like going to a coffee shop to focus, but I find that my local coffee shop is very busy, especially in the middle of the day or the afternoon. But this bar that opened up, they open at noon. They have a lot of non-alcoholic drinks and they're not busy during the afternoon. So I went there in the early afternoon and it was super relaxing. They have Wi-Fi, they have plenty of table space, and I was able to really focus on this social media strategy. And I'm not going to get into too much of what is in my plans for my social media. I want to make a different video about that where I really like lay it out. But this is just the day that I decided I was going to figure it out, and it ended up being good. I'm glad that I spent the time doing it. So if that's something that you're interested in, just make sure that you're subscribed, and I'll probably have a video about that coming out soon. Coming back from Roundabout, I was ready to do that first post that I was going to put on Instagram. So I worked on scanning my sketchbooks. I watched a video by Kristen Vardanega, who's Little Tiny Egg on YouTube and stuff, and she talks about how she uses Procreate. I'm working on my Procreate skills, and she talked about how she scans her sketchbook and then puts a background behind it. And I was just like, I can do that. I can scan my sketchbook, I can put a background behind it, and like that would be a really nice thing to be able to post. I like sharing my sketchbook, but I always feel like my photos end up weird. So yeah, so scanning my sketchbook here, I'm working on kind of taking the background out of that scan so that I can make a post. Okay, the sketchbook spreads, it worked. Okay, it took me a while to get it to like look right. I had to find like photos for the background that weren't too busy, and I stacked them, like I did 2 spreads on each like image so that it didn't look, I don't know, it looks kind of crazy with just one because I have the like square sketchbook that's like long. So I'll show you what I made. I made 2. I only had 4 spreads that I was gonna like post, so I was gonna do 4 images, but then just doing 2 images seems weird. I also posted like a flip through of this sketchbook like last week, so I'm gonna save those, and whenever I have 4 or 6 more spreads that I want to share, I'll make more and do like a carousel with that. But I still want to post today. We're doing a December like photo dump, and I am back in Procreate. I'm putting December memories above like one of my photos, and we'll see if it looks stupid or not. I think it's gonna be cute. I don't have like, I would start it with like a picture of like me and Caroline and Otis, or like, you know, like something like that you would put, I don't know, on Instagram, like a picture of me, but I don't really have any. And I mean, I have some that aren't good. So we're just gonna do it this way, and that'll be like the cover. Otis, you really gonna chew right here? Oh, he's on one of my yeah, so I'm putting text over this, and then we'll see how it looks. Yeah, so I ended up changing my mind, but I still posted, so I was really proud of myself for that. And I'm recording this voiceover section a little bit later, and I have pretty much been sticking with my plans and my goals for my social media, which is not really like me, so that's feeling really good. I'm really glad that I had this day, and I'm glad that I filmed it. I'm just feeling really good about my videos, where I'm at with that, and the rest of my, social media and everything. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you follow along, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.